Okay, good day once again, guys. In this video, we'll be talking about the basics of HTML. So we'll be discussing HTML documents. So we'll be talking about the doc type declaration, the headings, the paragraphs, the links, the images, and how to view your HTML source code. So moving on, let's talk about documents of HTML. The HTML documents. So what are the HTML documents? The HTML document starts with a document type declaration. The HTML document itself begins with the HTML and ends with the HTML tag. And the visible part of the HTML document is between the body and between the body tags. So looking at this, you can see this is a simple HTML document. Okay, so for the document section, you always start with the doc type declaration when writing your codes in HTML. Doc type declaration followed by the HTML tag declaration and the closing tag. Okay, then after that, inside the HTML, you have the root and you have the body tag and the closing body tag, and within the body tags you have the h1 element, okay, and the p element. Okay, this is just a simple basic HTML code. So moving on, talk about what doc type declaration is. So what is doc type declaration? Doc type declaration represents the document type and helps browser to display the web pages correctly. Okay, it must always appear at the top, alright, and it is not case sensitive. You can write them in both small letter and capital letter. And the doc type declaration is for HTML5 is this. Okay, this is how we declare doc type for HTML5. For previous versions, they have their own way of declaring their doc type. So moving on, talk about the headings in HTML. And what do we use in defining our headings? We use the h1 tag. Okay, and what is the function of h1 tag? Is used in making your text bold, okay, and bigger. So, and it also defines the most important heading. It defines the least important heading. So h1 is for defining the most important, and h6 is for defining the least important heading. Not only is it for making your text big and bolder, it's also used in trying to for instance, now when I'm searching for this for websites on Google or any search engine, it tends to bring those texts you put within the h1 tags are the ones Google will want to show in the front page as an highlighted one, okay, to highlight it for you in the front section. Like when you search for it, you just see some kind of in the website, you just see a text showing. It's because of the h1 elements and the h2 and the h3 or h4. So they are very important in the SEO, search engine optimization. And also this is a simple HTML. This is a simple h1 tag. You can see we have the opening and we have the closing. Okay, so this is just for defining the text. So if we were to run this to make the text bigger, let's try it yourself. Let's click on it. You can see the display of it. This is the h1. Okay, h1. You have the h2. You have the h3. You have the h4. You can see from h1 is the biggest, followed by h2, h3, then like that. So that is just what the headings are for. I also have the paragraphs, HTML paragraphs. This is defined with the p tag. So basically, this paragraph is just in creating new lines within the document. Basically, if you are to write text, it will be in a straight line. Okay, so if you want to make the text go into another new line, you use the p tag, as you can see here. You can see this is the p tag. This is This is what is used in defining it. If I just remove this p tag, and, like I just left it like this, just like if something just maybe I was like, okay, let me just press enter and I run it. It won't actually go in a new line. It will be in a straight line. Okay, but with the help of the p, as you can see here, it's in a straight line. But with the help of the p tag, how you put in the p tag, okay, the p tags help us in what, in defining or creating a new line. Okay, as you can see, this is going to be in a new line because it's already in the p tag. So you can also do it like this and it's also be in a new line. Okay, but if you want to let this, maybe for instance, now I have another text again. If I were to run this, what will be the output? It will actually show. Okay, it will actually it will display this one next to this. Okay, it won't be in a new line, but this will be after this text here to be it will be next to this, or it will be in a new line to this. Are you getting me? So let me just run it for you and show you the output. As you can see here, this text here is next to this text, but both of them, they are in a new line to this because this is in a p tag. So that is just the functions of p tags in HTML. Let me just cancel this out. So moving on, talk about the HTML links. So what do we use in defining links in HTML? Sometimes you see like this, all these tags you are seeing here, this bootstrap, how to, they are defined with what, links. And what are the functions of links? Links is used in taking you to another web page or website. Are you getting me? So those are the functions of links. So when you click on the link, it's taking you to another place. Okay. And so what do you use in defining links? We use the anchor tag or the a tag. It's called an anchor tag. It's defined with the a. So this a tag is using what, defining links. And how do we do that? We do it by, let's say for instance, let me just start again. We open the a tag and then we close it, and then we write the text we want to link it to, like this is a link, and then we close it here. But within this place, we now specify the attributes. Okay, we say href. Href is hypertext reference. We are specifying where we want to link it to, where we want to link our text to. So we say href equals to, and then quotation marks. We now like writing the website or the web page. If it were to be, let's say, Facebook, now just write https://facebook.com. Okay, so this is the full. Make sure you specify it with the full URL. You can't just write facebook.com. You can't just write facebook.com. Okay, it won't actually be nice that way. You have to specify the full URL. Okay, so if I should run it and I should click on it, as you can see here, when I hover on it, you can see it's showing facebook.com, isn't it? Over this place, over my down left corner. If I click on it, it will carry me to the Facebook page, but because there's no internet, that's why it's not taking me anywhere right now. But basically, if I click on it, it should take me to the Facebook page. So that's how we define links in HTML. So moving on, talk about the images. So how do we define images? We define images by using the image tag, and also the source attribute, the alternate, the width and the height attributes also. So let's try it out and see how to create an HTML an image, HTML image. So let's try it ourselves and see. So you click on the try it yourself button, and then as you can see here, this is the code for it here. Okay, this is the code for it. As you can see, this is the image is what do you call the image? The image is an empty tag. And why is that? Because it does not really have a closing tag. Okay, there's no closing tag for it. This is an example of an empty tag. Okay, image, we have the image, we have the bhow tag. Those are empty tag. And for the containers, we have containers are basically those ones that there are text within. They have both the opening and the closing, but this one does not have the closing. You can see just only one. So when defining images, we specify the tag name, which is image image tag. The attribute, the source attribute. The source is like where do you want to link it to? Okay. Is like specifying the URL, the file path where the image is in your storage device. Okay. As for yeah, it is in the it's in the it's in this thing. It's in the it's in the current folder. Okay. So an alternate. Sorry for the distraction. I just have to attend something. So in the alternate section is using that is the alt is using just in case the image does not show. Okay, to display text. Sometimes maybe the image deletes by itself or it deletes by mistake. So usually just showing blank. It will write the name of the image. If there to be a logo of a company, to write Facebook logo. So this is w3school.com. Why the width? This is specifying the width of the image, how wide it wants it to be, and also the height. This is specify the height. So if you want it, as you can see here, this is the output of the image W3 School. But let's say for instance now, the files, or maybe I should let me just say I cleared one of the parts. Let me just put rubbish there. Let me just say W3S. It won't show. It won't display the image because there's no image that is bearing, or there's no file that has this w3sls.jpg. Okay, and don't also forget to always include the JPEG, the extension of the file. Okay, it's very important. And when specifying you have to include the extension also. So coming back, I said let's take for instance now I cleared maybe I inputted a wrong information or a wrong image file. Okay, so what will happen here? The output is going to be that the image won't show. Okay, because it will actually show because it's wrong. But instead of it not just showing instead of it just not showing the image, it's going to show the text. Okay, it's with the help of this. Okay, it will show the name of the image. Okay, or the name of the company or whatever you just specified here. Are you getting me? So it will show the name, to display the name, but it won't display the image. So let's run this out and see. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, as you can see here, it displayed a text which is coming from this alternate attribute. Okay, so it's not displaying the image at all. Let's say for instance, let me just say Facebook. Let me just say Twitter. Twitter logo. And I run it. You can see it has been changed to Twitter logo because that is the function of the alternate. This is specifying the alternate text just in case the image doesn't show at all. Okay, but if you don't put anything here, you don't specify the alt, nothing will display. Okay, to just be an empty or no images at all showing. That is just all about images for you. You can also go ahead and do more research on it and how to add styling to your images, adding other attributes, something like that, making it, shaping it, the border radius and stuff like that. You can do research on it also. So, and moving forward, talk about how to view HTML source. Sometimes you may be in a website and you want to, like, okay, let me see how they did this. This website, you want to just look at the source code, you want to see the how it was being arranged. Okay, so there's a way to go about it. You can do that by right clicking on the website or the web page, and then you scroll down to inspect. Okay, so inspect. When you click on inspect, as you can see, I've clicked on inspect. You can see what it's showing basically the output of the codes being used in designing this our W3 school learning website. Okay, you can see these are the code. You can see if you want to, like, know, let's say for instance now you want to see how this the header was being designed, this header stuff. You can just over on all these codes. As you're hovering on it, you can see it's selecting all the multiple side. It's highlighting everything. So if we were to go down, maybe you want to know more, just go down. You can see scroll down. You can see as when I highlighted it, you can see it's indicating that, okay, this code you are highlighting is for this part, it's for the header. Okay, if you want to know, like, where this house logo you are seeing here, where it is being gotten from, this house logo here, you can just click on the okay, I'm coming. Okay, okay, in the next time I will show you how to. Okay, yeah, so you click on this thing, and then, like, you want to just know where the logo is, you can just continue dropping down, something like that. Dropping down, you just go here. You can see here, you can just press drop down, and you can see this is where the logo is. You can see it's highlighting only the logo alone, and then you can just go to your left. You can see this logo is linking to the default.html web page, and so you can see it's using Bootstrap. Yeah, top nav icons, far home. This one is just showing you the where the logo image. I'm just trying to show you where the logo icon is coming from. So it's coming from this class here, far home. That is one of the classes in Bootstrap, like that, for creating logos. So that's just for that is how to just basically view your source code. You can also do that by, if you don't just use inspect, you can use view page source. You have the inspect and also have the view page source. Click on view page source. It basically show you all the codes, like the code used in writing or using designing the website. Okay, you can see all the codes that you use. Okay, so that is for that. And so, moving on, talk about the elements in HTML. So what are the HTML elements we have? We have different basically different thousands of HTML elements. Okay, we have the P, we have the B, we have the div, there are multiple elements. Okay, so but how do you define an element in HTML? Okay, we define an element in HTML with the starting tag and the ending tag. Okay, that's how an element is being defined in an HTML. Okay, so one thing to notice that you have two types of HTML elements. You have the container and the empty container elements and the empty elements. Okay, this is a good example of a container. And what I mean by container elements? Container elements are those ones that has content within. Okay, they have content. They start with an opening and an ending tag. And this is a good example. This is an opening tag, and this is an ending tag. So this is a good example of a container element. But for an empty element, an empty element is one that does not have an ending tag. Okay, it only has a container tag, an opening tag, I mean. So it does not have an empty tag. Okay, so example of those empty elements is the image we saw previously, the image on the image element. We have the br elements, we have the hr element. So basically those elements are the empty elements. They don't have an ending or a closing tag. So let's look at a few examples of the elements we have in HTML. As you can see here, we have the h1 element. And how is the h1 element being defined? You can see the h1 is opening. This is the opening and the what and the closing element. Okay, and this is the content within. All right. So this is how to define an h1 element. As you can see, for a p element too, we have the opening and we have the closing, and this is the content within. Okay, you can call it the start tag and the end tag also. As you can see here, they said the start tag, the elements content, and the end tag. So these are just few examples of the elements that we have. And also, as you can see here, they said the out tag. As you can see, they said none. So it does not have any elements within, or any content within, I mean any content. And it does not also have a closing tag. So what do we call this? We call this an empty tag, because it does not have any content and does not also have an empty tag. So take note of that. So they call them empty elements. Okay, we don't have any content within. And so for the nested elements, we have the nested elements are those that have other elements within. They can contain other elements within. So what are the nested elements we have? We have the HTML, we have the body, the h1, the p, the span, the b tags, and everything. So there are many out there. Just less for you to just go out there and just like make research on it and try to know the different nested elements we have, okay, in HTML. So you can see here, this is a good example of a nested element. HTML elements here is a good example, isn't it? This is the opening, the start tag, and this is the ending tag. And within the starting tag and the ending tag, we have the body elements. Okay, the starting tag of the body and the ending tag of the body. And within the ending tag of the body, we also have the h1 and the p. Okay, the h1 here, and also have the p. Okay, so you can see here, this is a good example of a nested element. They contain other elements within. Okay, nested elements, you can call them container elements, and also can be called container or nested elements. So that is that for the nested elements. And we also look at a few examples of it. You can see we have the body here, we also have the closing body. Okay, we have the h1 element, we also have the closing h1 element. Just know that any element that has an ending tag is a nested element. Okay, they have other elements within. Okay, that's good examples. So also, they said never skip the end tag. Okay, when dealing with elements and you notice that this is a nested element, don't forget to always close it, because if you were to write codes in HTML and you don't close it, it's going to it's not going to be the way you want it to be. It's going to scatter it's going to display it roughly on the website to the user. So it won't be the way you want the appearance to be. As you can see here, look at this now. This is a p element here. We don't have the closing here, which is not meant to be. You are meant to close it, okay? Because if we were to run this, actually, okay, let's see the output here. It will actually display it, okay, but later on, when you are adding more text, because in building now websites or web pages, you are displaying more information to the users, isn't it? It's not only just plain to information, you are displaying multiple text, multiple information to it. So if you're like, say, okay, I want to be wise and I want to like leave it like this and just continue. Let me not stress myself to to close it. You have further in the future, or the later on, you experience issues because there will be kind of like complications. Maybe you are trying to do styling to one element, you just remember that the thing will just actually, it will link you, just that you are not, it's not giving you the output you want it to be. And when you trace the error, when you trace the bug, you find out that it was actually due to the fact that you didn't close one certain element or so. So it's a good practice. It's a very good practice for you to always what close your tags. Any tags you see that's a nested or a container element, always make sure you close it. It's always good practice. So that is for that. Now, we'll talk about the empty elements, which I've said before. So the empty elements are those that does not have any content within, like our be out tag here. As you can see, this is a nesting element. Okay. So let's try this one out. Let's see what to say here. Let's say, for instance, let me just clear this part away. Okay, let me just say now b tag here, opening b tag, and I say my name is David, and then I close my b tag here. I can, this b tag here is a nested element, okay, because it can contain other elements within. I get you can call it nested or container. So let me say, for instance, now within that b tag, okay, let me just run this first. You can see my name is David. You can see how bold it is. That is function of b tag. Makes your text, looks bold. And let's say I continue and I said, okay, let's use the be out tag, for instance, because the be out tag is a nested element. It's an empty element. Okay, sorry for that. It's an empty element. Don't forget that it is an empty element. So be out tag, and then after the be out tag, I write I am from Nigeria. Okay, so if I to run this be out tag, basically what is the function of be out tag? Is be out tag is just it works like a p tag also, like making text coming to a new line, but it will actually make text to come into a new line, but it won't give it the spacing the p tag does. P tags, or the paragraph tag, it gives it the space, this kind of spacing. Like when your text comes into a new line, there will be a spacing between the first line and second line. But for the be out tag, it won't the spacing won't be there like that. Okay, that's just the difference between the br and the p tag. Let's run this out and see. As you can see, this my name is David and I'm from Nigeria. You can see it's coming to a new line, but the spacing between these two, or the upper and the bottom, is not much, unlike the one of p tag. It creates this kind of confidential space. So that is just how to go about putting and playing with your tags. Let's say, for instance, I want to use the span. There's what we call span tag here. The span tag, you can see the span tag too can be used in nesting. Let's say this okay, let me just say, for instance, now I'll just put this Nigeria within the span tag. Okay, you can see everything they are still covered. Everything is still covered within the b tag. Okay, let's say, for instance, I want to change the color of Nigeria. I can just give it some styling here. Just say style. Though we'll talk about styling in our later on class. Later I'll talk about styling. Just a color, then red. When I mean there's a green, because green is kind of like the landmark color of Nigeria. So I'll change it. You can see now there's no spacing within. Why is that? Because there's no spacing within the I am from. I just put a spacing here and I run it. You can see it has created a spacing for us. So that is just how tags and containers and empty elements work. So that is for that. And so we also have that HTML is not case sensitive. So you can write your elements, your tags in a capital or small letter anyhow you want it. It's not actually case sensitive. Okay, so that is for one thing about elements. And also the HTML elements defines the root, the body defines the document's body, and the H1 to H6 defines the HTML headers. Just the basic definitions of these elements we have. So we can try and go to your HTML tag reference, and you can see multiples of HTML elements we have here, and you know their definition. You can see we have the doc type, the anchor, the abbreviations, acronyms, audio, that, this, that. So just go through all these, try to play with it, try to understand what each of these tags means, and you just practice, and you get used to it. Okay, so that is that about elements. Now later on class we'll treat attributes, the headings, and the paragraphs. Okay, so that'll be all for now. Thanks so much. Bye. Have a nice day.